Starting off with an interesting one, a very interesting one, a book that I've never heard of, The Mystery of Wolverine Woobait by Joe Coleman. What an interesting name.
Yeah, Wolverine with 2 O's.
Yeah.
Wolverine.
Yeah.
And Woobait. Okay. I don't know what this is. It came out 40 years ago. Did you see the back cover of this, Brian?
No.
Okay, I'm while you talk about this briefly. Okay, so just for context, and while Brian hopefully has some kind of information on this, this sold this week for $180. This whatever this is.
Well,
and I'm gonna find.
I want to show people what the art of Joe Coleman looks like. I believe he's the artist. He does the art too. Very 70s, early 80s, independent-esque Robert Crumb style, but very detailed, right? I mean, like, look at that. Jeff Darrow, like, really detailed. I mean, all the little patterns and everything. I mean, this looks amazing.
Man, this motherfucker's a serial killer, dude. Look at this shit, dude. Wow. Bro, get some help.
An amazing one-shot comic by the legendary Joe Coleman, originally published in 1982 in an ultra-limited self-published edition. So they did reprint it because it is so hard to find, and they reprinted it in 2004. Again, I mean, the art of this guy is amazing, like just unreal. And I don't know much about Joe Coleman. If anybody in the chat does, it sounds like he is one of those OGs of the old school independent age. But like I said, I mean, his art is crazy, very Robert Crumb-esque on that for sure.
Yeah. So I just sent you a direct message, Brian, and that's the back cover.
Yes, I did see this. Here we go. That's pretty crazy, right? It's got the guy, the famous sideshow. Like, these are famous sideshow people, it looks like. These two. This guy was a famous sideshow.
It looks like the parents of the Garbage Pail Kids, dude.
Right? Yeah, that's a great point. That's a good...
If they had parents.
Yeah.
Garbage Pail parents. Huh?
That's cool, man. How much did this sell for again?
This $180.
Wow. Probably not in the greatest condition either.
No, it did not look like it.
What is it? What does JT Keel says? Okay, then I don't know what I did. Erased my first ever post. Guess I know I'm where I'm wanted. Thanks, I'm out. We didn't release it. We didn't delete any of your posts, brother. JT Keel.
We don't delete posts.
No. If something gets deleted, it's because YouTube does it. But we never delete posts. Yeah.
Nope. The only posts we delete are spam. If there's, whatever, some spam post, that's the only time we delete. Anything else we do not delete.
Yeah. So I apologize if YouTube maybe saw something. They for some reason there's certain things that they don't allow. Back in the Flipside days, we used to have a list of words that YouTube says that they don't like, and at one point we put it in like our not allowed words. And it almost made the chat non-existent because there's so many crazy things that they don't like. But it could have been something like that on for that.
Man, this dude got mad for that.
I understand it.
I don't know.
Fuck you guys.
Well, I don't know. I mean, I don't know if I didn't even see the post.
Yeah. And Dave's collection is he's got a good point. His art is very Jim Rugg like. Red Room, Eddie P. and Jim Ruggs type stuff.
Yeah. It's crazy.
Yeah. So
never heard of it.
Yep. All right, moving on. In the next almost 10 spot, Moon Knight number 30. This recently came out. This is the final issue of Moon Knight for the 2023 run. This is the Hidden Gems 1 in 200 Bill Sienkiewicz cover. Now, I'm going to say something. I got a hot take on this. You ready for this? This is probably the worst cover out of all of them for that issue.
Which kind of stinks because the Sienkiewicz from years ago was probably one of the best Moon Knight covers ever.
Well, he's probably considered the greatest, the Moon Knight. Yeah, the Moon Knight guy, right?
Yeah. Yeah, it's crazy. But I don't know if this one was this not announced?
It was a Hidden Gems one. It's one of the ones where they do like the spoiler cover thing and type deal.
Okay. Yeah, so 1 in 200, it's selling for right about 200. But it's one of those you're like, it's probably going to be rare, but do I want to spend $200 on it? I don't.
Well, have you seen the other covers for it?
Yeah, I think I did see a couple of the other ones.
Oh my God, I got to show you guys these. All right. So, like I said, I think this is probably the worst cover of all of them. There's a ton of variants for this issue. I want to say there's some retailer exclusives too. But look how good this is the Elizabeth Torque 1 in 25. That's pretty good. I like that. Here is the Capullo. And then there's, of course, a Virgin for this one, too. It's okay. I like how he's on the moon like that, you know? And it's kind of cool seeing Capullo do Moon Knight because, like, Moon Knight's, of course, the Marvel version of Batman type deal. But look at this Inhuck Lee variant.
That one's badass.
Look at that. Oh,
fuck yeah, dude. That one's awesome, dude.
Unbelievable. And then I think there's another good one here. Hold on. Yeah, look at so this is the Peach Momoko, and it's actually a decent Peach Momoko. And
wait. That cover right before was literally just a moon. Well, I could draw that.
Well,
what?
You know why DC's DC did the logo.
That's
variant.
Not even I know, but that's not even a design. That's just
bro. Check out that Scotty Young, dude.
And that's what I was getting at next. And look at this one too. Look at the Steve Morris. Dude. So the Scotty Young is great. And for those of you guys who don't know, there's a new Vengeance. I guess they're calling this character Vengeance or something like that, right? The Vengeance or I forget. Is there a new Moon Knight character? Because they killed off the other one supposedly. But also, that Scotty Young is great. Look at this one, dude. This one's awesome too.
Yeah, it's not bad.
They're all better than that Sienkiewicz. For
Is he in somebody's mouth?
Yeah, he's in somebody's mouth, dude. He's in a mummy's mouth. That's what she said.
That's a big mummy.
Yeah. So, very interesting. But of course, Moon Knight fans, Sienkiewicz fans, they go hand in hand. If you guys don't know, by the way, first ever Bill Sienkiewicz art is in a UK Hulk magazine issue, number 13, I believe. I've been lucky enough to find a couple of them. They're super cool, great cover. But they also have the first Bill Sienkiewicz art in it, so be on the lookout for that. How much is this one selling for out the gate?
200. So it's 1 in 200, selling right at ratio.
That's not bad. I wouldn't pay for that much for it for sure. Moving on. A beautiful Mirka Andolfo cover right here. Scooby Apocalypse, issue number 36, the Andolfo variant from 2019.
Now this one kind of threw me because I saw the sale price and I was like, okay, this is the last issue. You know, it was probably underordered. You know, I was like, oh, you know, 9.8 sold for decent. Oh no, this was a 9.6 that sold. CGC 9.6 sold for $150 for this. So, in other words, make sure, and not just 36. There's some of those other later in the late 30s of this issue of this run. If you see those in the back issue bins, you need to be buying these. I don't know why, but I didn't check the print runs on any of these, but they must be pretty low.
That was a blue-green sale. Look at that.
Oh, nice.
Oh, that's awesome, dude.
Yeah.
Congrats.
Blue-green, yeah.
Congrats.
Yeah, that's dope. It's always nice to hear when you guys have some of the sales that we show on the shows. It's been happening a lot lately. So, and a 9.6 at that. I mean, this must be a ghost out there, right?
It must be.
Yeah. Tony says, been selling for 30 to 40 raw for a while now.
Which, again, I mean, okay, so 30 to 40 raw, a 9.6 should only be about 50 or $60. I mean, it shouldn't be 150 unless they're just trash. I mean, maybe I don't know, but that's a lot.
Yeah.
I mean, good for you. I'm happy for you.
Hell yeah.
For sure.
Awesome.
But I'm definitely going to be looking for old or late issue Scooby Apocalypse books.
Yep. All right. Moving on. This is an interesting one. 2 covers that you're going to see for this one. Godzilla Rulers of Earth, number 12, the retailer exclusive or retailer incentive variant, which is this doesn't come up on cover price, so cover price, throw this one in there. And there is the color and the black and white Jamie Tyndall retailer incentive variants. So
yeah,
look, that's
an old long short bubblegum cover here.
And look at the eye in the window. I love that.
Yeah, I don't think I've ever. Well, apparently nobody has ever heard of this because, I couldn't find many sales on this in like the last 2 years at all. But somebody sold this as a set, and the set sold for $120 for the set of these two.
Wow.
For some, yeah, which is crazy.
I wonder if James Kreider bought those. Is that you, James, that bought those?
Hood, would you, if you saw these in a back issue bin at Half Price Books, would you buy these?
Absolutely.
Hell yeah.
Bubblegum.
Yeah.
That's a thing, man. It's almost like homaging the Campbell one where Spidey's jumping out the window type of shit.
Well, also, this is from 2014. This is an old book.
Yeah.
I mean, that was a long time ago.
And who's the retailer on that? I'm not that I ever say, but I can't see it. I mean, it's right there on the cover.
Yesteryear Comics. So that's got to be a really early retailer incentive.
Isn't Yesteryear the same one that had that Spider-Gwen? Didn't they have a Spider-Gwen cover, like a pink one that people wanted? Am I thinking the wrong place?
I'm not sure. I don't remember. I couldn't tell you, but this is a definitely one of those books that a lot of people are going to be looking for now. That 2014 for retailer incentive is kind of interesting. Not many retailers were doing that at the time that I can remember. Maybe just Larry's Comics and a few others, but it didn't really get heavy until like 2017, 2018, if I remember correctly. So,
when did that Venom come out? Simon's Venom. When did Simon's Venom? Was that 20? Was that?
Sadland.
Can't remember.
Del Auto Venom cover.
Oh, so Brad said Yesteryear does a lot of Tyndall covers. So he must be, maybe he's local to them.
Yeah, I can't find that.
It's got a lot of Jim Lee influence in his art, man. Tyndall.
I initially thought it was John Royal.
Yeah, and that would be another good guess, too.
2017, around 2017 is when the Sad Lemon one came out.
Okay, so this was even before that.
Yeah. 2017 or 2016. I believe it was 2016, but I could be wrong.
Crazy.
Yeah. Cool book right here. Godzilla Rulers of Earth number 12. All right, moving on. Only almost 10, 173 watching live. Oh, I love talking about this series. Vamps versus Wolves. Issue number 5. Now, for those of you guys that watch Beyond Wednesdays, a few weeks ago, we did a deep dive into this series. And the reason that we did a deep dive into this series was because I found out about a Momoko book that I had never seen. And I usually I'm not a big fan of Momoko art. There's only like three, 4 covers max that I like. But when I saw this, I thought to myself, man, that's an actual good Momoko book. And I was like, wow, it's old. And then I realized how rare it was. And so I bought one. And after I bought it, Cover Price did a little thing on it on their IG account. They didn't know I bought it. So shout out to the seller. This is the Momoko versus number 4 variant. Now, these were all Kickstarter books. 1 through 4 they did. As you can see, Gatorbait Comics. There's only 100 of these Momoko variants, just like there's only 100 of these Carla Vizgala variants. Now, they did these 100 variants for a couple of books. The Paul Blair art is so good. So don't sleep on the Paul Blair covers. You'll fall in love with them. If you saw the Wednesday night review last week, Leg showed he recently picked up a couple of the variants for...
Hold on, I just blanked out. Did you say something about Paul Blart?
Blair.
Oh, Blair.
Yeah, he's the writer and,
My bad.
and artist.
My bad.
Yeah.
Okay.
It sounded like Paul Blart.
But he came out with this, and he did his own another Kickstarter just for issue number 5. It is the final issue of Vamps versus Wolves, and it was in 2020. And look at the covers. So these are all the covers that he did. I mean, look at these, man. So good. This is the hit. Look at that. I mean, yeah, that's amazing. There's the regular cover. This is the bloody variant, and there's the the number 200 variant for that. So very rare books. These versus sneak peek. These versus Vamps versus Wolves series. It's even hard to find info on them on the internet. You got to do some deep digging. So I think that because we're kind of bringing it to the light, I think that this series is going to blow up, which makes me mad because they're going to become even harder for me to find. I've only got the Momoko one. I got to get the others. I'm falling in love with this series. So I would love to hear from anybody else that's picked any up.
Yeah, well, this
Scott
one's
Blair. I apologize, you guys. I didn't mean. I apologize. I'm messing up names lately. Not Paul Blair. Scott Blair. Blair. Yeah.
Okay. Or Paul Blart.
Yeah.
Either one.
Yeah. Whatever you heard.
Yeah. Yeah. This one sold for $60 this week.
I would have been all over that, man. Damn. Very, very cool. All right. That's why people love the Almost 10, Stein. For books like these. Moving
Weirdos.
on to the sneak peek book. I am so mad that I haven't found one of these yet. I Am Groot #1, the J. Fosgate variant, and this is amazing. This is
Bro, that is so good.
It is beyond good, bro. Excellent.
Yeah, I don't know why I initially thought it was Scotty Young, but
it has a little bit of a Scotty Young look to it, especially some of his Galactus covers, kind of have that moon look. Oh man.
Yeah, this one there's not very many of them available, I will say, which is odd because it's just a 1 in 25. But it sold this, and this is not new. I mean, this is 6 years old.
Yeah,
more than 6 years old. It sold this week for $63. So, the last sale that I could find was like several months ago for like $20, like $15-20. Yeah, so I don't know if somebody was like, oh crap, this is really not easy to find, I'm paying $63 for it. I don't know.
Raw.
Yeah, Raw.
I could see this being one of those type of books, man. It's a great cover, great series. This is one of those books that a lot of people forgot about, and now they're seeing it, and they're like everybody else, kicking themselves for not picking one up. So, man,
that's a good
cool
cover, man.
Yeah.
I gotta have it.
Yep. Got to be on the lookout now. Search some more half-price books, Hood. Moving on. Dave Stevens is getting some major love in the secondary market right now. Thank God. It's much needed. And this one just had a recent sale that blew everybody away. The 3D Zone issue number 16, the Air variant, which has no title and no Canadian price tag. For everybody,
which is funny. Which is funny because you say it has no title, but it looks like a title is right there, but that's not the actual title of the book.
Yeah, 3D Zone is the title, and man, how this one sold for a ridiculous amount. And was it a 9.8?
It was a 9.8. CGC 9.8 sold for $4,100 this week.
Oh, what a great
cover. But I didn't realize the back cover is the Vanguard cover, which is honestly one of my favorite Dave Stevens covers, is the Vanguard.
Yeah. God, that's a great cover.
Mm-hmm.
Dave Stevens is got to be top 5, right? I mean, for a lot of people, if they know who Dave Stevens is, he's got to be in their top 5 for most people, I would think. Could be wrong. He's definitely in mine.
Yeah, I wonder. I always wonder if he would have ever. I mean, I know he didn't, but I mean, like, just because he was doing all these little indie, publishers and stuff like that, like if he would have ever, if his stuff would be even more, if he would have been at Marvel or, something like that.
Absolutely, man. If they would have given him as much freedom as these independents, absolutely. Yeah. Can you imagine the covers that he could have done?
Has anybody seen the Dave Stevens documentary yet?
Oh yeah, it's great.
Yeah, I gotta check it out, man.
You haven't seen it, Bryan? What the fuck, bro?
Yeah, I haven't seen it yet.
It's fantastic, dude. It is just they could make a movie about that and the relationship he built with the real Betty Page. He took care of her when she got older and bought her groceries.
Oh
And
wow, that is cool.
yeah, man.
Good for him. That's cool. Damn.
Well, it's not good for him. He's dead, but
Well,
Oh,
yeah. Good for him when he was doing it.
yeah.
All right, moving on. This one's a cool one too. We talk about weird books on the Almost 10 quite regularly, and convention programs are on this a lot. This is the Heroes convention program from 1994. Now, if you guys don't know, Heroes is kind of like Adam Hughes' home base con, right? And he has been doing covers or back covers or pinups in like every Heroes convention program ever, it feels like. But I mean, not necessarily, but maybe from like 90 on. And this is on the back cover of the 94 edition. Here's the front cover. It's got a great JR and JR Senior piece. But the back cover is a Adam Hughes bone drawing that is just great. Excellent.
yeah, and this is from '94, so this is a while ago.
Well,
I don't know. I wonder how many of these are still out there.
dude, we should have you deep dived his Heroes Con covers.
I've seen some of them.
Oh, dude, hold on, let me for this Heroes Convention. All right, so here are some of the Heroes Convention stuff that you can see from Hughes. Like, oh, not that one. Hold on.
I'm not. Radamaz
one?
asks, "Is that all Hughes or is it a collab?" Like,
No.
like it looks like he drew the girl, but did he draw the?
It's all
Did he draw the
Hughes.
bone characters?
I believe it's all Hughes, but I could be wrong. I believe it's all Hughes though. I could be wrong though. Maybe it is. It's got different signatures on it, so it could be a collab. This is the convention program from 2002. It's got
wow.
that. It's got that great Adam Hughes, Mary Jane. Hold on, we got more. There's the Dallas Comic Con one. Actually, here, let's do this. All these Heroes Con have something Adam Hughes in it, whether it's a back cover or a front cover or a pinup, like this one. Here's the original art for a back cover he did. All right? I mean, that's excellent, man. So be on the lookout for all the convention programs. Just nothing but great Hughes pieces inside, outside, back cover, front cover. I think that these are going to start becoming, much more sought after. I'm always looking for con programs, especially the bigger cons, and of course, people are starting to love the artist books, old sketchbooks that they used to sell. So, how much did this sell for?
This, for some reason, people were buying stuff for $63 this week because this one sold for $63 as well.
Wow, that's awesome, dude.
But again, I mean, it's one of those that you may not realize that. Yeah, I mean, Rad said it doesn't necessarily look like his art. The female looks like Hughes.
Definitely, yeah, definitely, it looks like Hughes.
It's hard to tell with the bone characters.
It says AH right underneath her, so
it's hard to the bone characters could be drawn by pretty much anybody. Not taking away anything from Jeff Smith, just saying that their shape is not anything like stylistically that can't be copied pretty easily. But
shout out to the Colonel. Good to see you, brother. One of these days we're going to have to do another show going over our magazine stuff. I know we've done it before. I love talking about con programs and great magazine books and stuff like that. So We're gonna have to do that sometime soon. All right, moving on. Another one, and another one. All right, this is a book, or something we talked about recently on Beyond Wednesdays, also for our market report. Now, there is a seller that has been selling Mark Jeweler variants recently of high grade keys, a lot of Spider-Man keys. And here is a good example. Currently, I don't know if it's the same one. Currently, there is one that has some major Mark Jeweler variants available to buy, or that are up for auction right now, and they are selling for ridiculous. It's so hard to get these Mark Jeweler variants in such high grade, right?
Yes.
And they are selling for a lot of money. How much did this one sell for?
Yeah, so ASN 252, CGC 98, 15,700.
Yeah.
Now, I put a caveat on this. Do you actually believe this sale? Because this exact copy, same serial number, the exact copy sold in August, so 4 months ago, for 2,300.
Well, I got something to show you. I don't know if it's the same seller. We're going to find out here. Check this out. Currently, Incredible Hulk 340.98. 3 days left. It's got 23 bids. It's at $7,000. Secret Wars 8. Currently, 3 days, 22 hours left. 33 bids. $5,600. Mark Jeweler's variant. X-Men 266 First Gambit. Currently, 13 bids, 5 days left, just under $2,000 for a Mark Jeweler's variant. Let's take a look and see if this is the same seller that sold it. It is. And he also sold in New Mutants 98 for $12,700. An Amazing Spider-Man 238 Canadian price variant, $4,850.
Can you click on the New Mutants and the ASM and look at the bids?
Yeah. I mean, this guy is like, I'm getting out. Hold on here.
Yeah, I mean, where JC says it seems fishy, but it's got a lot of bids. Yeah, but I've seen a lot of those where where they're pumping those things up. They're basically just bidding like in $5 increments. They're
$100. So no, it's going up 10,000, 15,000. I mean,
so it's like the same, but see, look, it's 4 ***** R, 4 ***** R, 4 ***** R, 2 ***** 9.
It's two. It looks like it's two guys going after each other.
Yeah, I would look at the other. Look at the New Mutants 98 and see if it's the same bidders.
It's his kids bidding on it, dude.
No, 8 star 6, 8 star 5, 4 star 3, 3. No, this is a bunch.
So they all start with a bunch of numbers.
Well, this is fake. These aren't. eBay puts up these fake numbers, so you can't figure out the first and last letters of a thing. Yeah, these are fake.
It just seems. I mean, there's a lot. I mean, look how many bids are by that one person. I don't know. I have a hard time believing it because the book, like I said, it just sold 4 months ago for 2,300. You're saying it went up 7x in 4 months in this market,
dude. Look at these.
That seems really hard to.
Wow, this guy had some. monsters.
I mean, I'm not saying these books aren't
Here's
amazing.
another a 9.6 Mark Jewelers he sold. He's got more Mark Jewelers. Here's another 9.6. Maybe that's the same book. I feel like some of these might be the same book. You might be right, Stein. What's going on here? This is kind of weird. Hey, shout out to
the
fucking
serial
Rad.
numbers.
Shout out to fucking Rad, who did a deep dive on some autograph books that we were talking about in the past couple months, and showed that there's some really bad fake autograph sellers on eBay.
Hey, that's the same one. That's the same. No, it's not the same Gambit, because the Gambit he had
was a newsstand.
Yeah, and a label.
Yeah. So, let's get our detectives on the case. It might not be, but if it is, man, this guy was... I'm telling you, I really think that a lot of people are just getting out. They're like, you know what? I'm going to get out while I can. We'll see what happens. But I don't know.
This one seems more fishy for a different... I'm not sure what the reasons are.
Yeah, dude, 15 grand. I don't know, man.
Yeah.
I mean, it could be legit. I mean, there's not that many out there.
Well, here's this. I know somebody that sold a 9.8 Mark Jewelers New Mutants book for 16 grand.
Mm-hmm.
So, to see it drop to 12.7 is not... That makes sense. And, we'll find out. We'll see.
Yeah.
We'll see.
We got some work to do.
Comix selects. He's got 98% positive feedback, 723 items sold. So, very interesting.
Low. That's pretty low for 700 items, man.
Yeah.
Click on.
Hold it. 700 items, and he's only got his feedback at... What's his feedback score?
98.4.
How many people?
Not his percent. Not his percentage. His number.
He's got 72 positive and 1 negative. So he's only got 1.
So he's only got 72 positive out of how many?
700.
700. That is
Man.
kind of that is kind of. Let me see.
90% of the people choose not to put any kind of feedback.
Yeah,
I'm gonna look at mine.
There's a lot of people out there that don't put feedback, including me sometimes.
I'm gonna look at mine and just see what my percentage is.
Very honest seller will work again in the future. Here's the negative. Seller claims to have sent my purchase to the wrong buyer after multiple requests for tracking info. Shady as hell. And then the seller put fully refunded immediately. Shady and impatient buyer. So that was a Sam.
Good comeback.
Well, we know that there's a lot of people like
shady.
that. There's a lot of people like that. I hate these stupid things. Fuck off.
How I can't see how many, because I can't see on my when I pull up my own dashboard, it doesn't show how many sales I've had. Like I can look. Oh no, there it is. Okay, so I've had 650 items sold, so that's less than what this guy is saying, right? Is that right?
So, say it again.
He said 700.
700 items sold.
Yeah, mine says 654 items sold, and I've got 100%, and it's at 1823.
How many times have you left feedback, or how many feedback numbers do you have?
I have 1823.
Well, that includes your buys, right?
Yes.
Yeah,
but only 650 sold. 650 sold.
Yeah, so. I don't know, man. A lot of people are saying in the chat that they don't leave feedback either. So, and Jeffrey Drake says that's 10%. Sounds about right. Most people don't respond unless they have a bad experience, which is true. I think that's true also. So, Nightwatch says that Dave Stevens book that you just highlighted sold in CGC 98 for $1,560 in August. So the recent sale is almost 4 times in a few months.
We have 1560 to 4000, and Dave Stevens is hot.
Yeah, that
Is
makes sense.
different. Is completely different than 2000 to 16,000
Yes.
in a book that's not hot.
Yeah. Yep.
The point of faking the sale is now you've got a $16,000 sale on GPA.
Yep.
Now you wait another 6 months and resell it again. And if you actually get somebody to go to GPA and be like, oh, it's a $16,000 book.
I'll give you 10.
It. Yeah, I got to steal it 10. That's the reason
10.
that you do that.
Yeah.
I mean, people don't necessarily know he shielded or that it was relisted because a lot of people don't have GPA. That sale was 4 months ago. That sale is not on eBay. They drop off after 3 months. If you don't have GPA, you can't see that it was the exact same serial number sold in August. It won't show up on eBay. It won't show up as a prior sale. It only goes back 90 days. So, yes, there are, and it doesn't even necessarily have to be on eBay. You could take that book into a show and be like, man, look, people do it, especially in cards. They comp everything off of recent sales. And they're like, oh, the last sale was this. I'll give you 80% of that. And without even, they don't look at the serial number. They're not even paying attention. You take that book into a show and be like, yeah, this comp, look at GPA at 16,000. And dealer's like, okay, cool. I can't give you 16, but I'll give you 9. You take it. Why wouldn't you?
Yeah, as High Nathan says, you set the ceiling high, then flood the under and get your come-ups.
Yeah, I mean, it's. I'm not saying that it's right at all. I'm just saying that to manipulate the system on this, because while we're looking at all these different angles, a lot of people are not. If they were, then they still wouldn't be pricing books at overstreet prices. I mean, they're just not. And all these people are trying to do is just try and find the people who aren't following it. And once you do, and you find somebody that's got some money, you just made a whole lot more profit.
Yep. You got them on the hook. So.
Yep.
All right. Moving on. Another interesting one. Cindy, number 3. As you can see, a very interesting cover with Hitler on it, and a girl saying, a fallen angel saying, "It's amazing, the most horrible villain in all history is on this planet. He's alive and he wants me dead." I don't know anything about this book. I've seen the cover in the past. It's an adult only from Apple Press in 1991.
And I've never even seen this cover, but I don't know. It seems like here recently there's been a lot of. I mean, I don't know if it's just the thing with with Israel or what, but it seems like they're like. It just always seems like this Hitler stuff just keeps coming back. Like,
it's it's one of those comic book tropes, man. It's not just Hitler too. It's Mussolini, Tojo. A lot of people are instantly going to say, "Oh, it's a racism thing." I don't think it is. I think it's a collecting thing. I don't think 10% of the people that collect, Hitler covers or swastika covers are racist. You know what I mean?
I think she's backwards, RJ.
Yeah, she's backwards. Yeah.
Yeah, and I mean, as vile as a human that was, if you could even call him human,
it's almost a
it's just one
thing too. For those old books,
there's just.
It is.
Didn't he eat his own shit?
Probably.
Wasn't he one of those people that eats their own shit and stuff?
Yeah, he got his head of his dick bitten off by a donkey. That is true.
What?
Mm-hmm.
What?
You've never heard about that?
No, man. Oh, shit.
I just heard that he was like on like he was tweaking like all the time, like he was on drugs like Like you can like see him like shaking all the time in press conferences and stuff because he was like so.
Yeah, he was on amphetamines.
So,
they had him on
yeah, he was so doped up.
Yeah. I'm pretty sure maybe that's an old thing that I've heard, but let me look it up. Right, that's a weird thing to look up, right?
Man, your computer is now being tracked.
Yeah.
That's a weird thing to search. All right, here we go. Maybe that's fake. Maybe that's fake. Maybe I heard that somewhere or something.
I'm glad you looked it up because there is no way I was typing those words in my search engines.
I thought there was something about that.
Yeah, this cock eaten by a donkey. Swear.
Yeah. A recent British documentary dismissed the story.
Yeah, behind the scenes footage.
Yeah. I don't know, man.
It hurts.
Maybe that's just a joke I made up. Who knows?
Man, you said it like it was fact. You said it like it was fact. You were like, "Oh yeah, man, it happened." Oh
hey,
yeah,
maybe it did, or maybe it didn't. Hitler had his penis bitten off by a donkey when he was a kid.
It's strange. He didn't do that before.
Chad Cave's like, "Am I awake? Is he saying this?" You've heard me say crazier things.
Yeah.
How much did this sell for?
$35. It's not. I mean, it's not the rarest of books. There are sales out there, but again, I just like I said, I think I think right now there's a lot of attention on anything that has to do with that type of stuff. So, good or bad.
Who was the chick that told him that said that mustache looks pretty good? He goes, "You think?" I was going to grow it all out. No, just right up
trim it
there. Yeah, just right up to there, under the nose. For real? Yeah, it looks good.
Oh man, that's weird. Yeah, I'm not going down that rabbit hole. Take that away. Pull that one back. Let's go ahead and edit that one out of here. So, all right. Yeah, off the rails. The doctor told him great therapy would be to draw. Yeah, that's what I remember, right? Like that's why he painted or something.